welcome to the coffee shop. Now, usually I would never be rich enough to actually spend money in a place like this. I mean, let's face it, it costs what, about £3, £4, maybe even £5 to get a decent cup of tea or coffee or even a hot chocolate, which is what I'd usually go for, especially by the time Keir Starmer has finished kind of being a bellend. But it seems a company has kind of come to the rescue a bit and is actually enabling us, or soon be enabling us, to actually spend a bit of money because they've come up with a plan to slash our bills in a way where I'm sure would raise a few eyebrows. But just what am I going on about then? Well, according to this article, it says that Octopus Energy shares a bold plan to slash people's bills. As I was saying a little while ago, but just what is that then? I mean, I'm guessing it's not the obvious and just charging us less. Well, maybe. But it says families and businesses could slash their bills by 2028 under sweeping reforms to how their electricity prices are set, a major supplier has claimed. And that is because Octopus Energy says that moving to a zonal pricing system, which doesn't sound too good in theory, but let's read on, which sets prices based on local supply and demand, would unlock huge savings, especially for heavy industry, and bring Britain with most other advanced economies. Now, if you live in one part of the country, I'm guessing you wouldn't exactly like it too much if the other part of the country kind of got their bills a lot cheaper than you do, especially if it's, I don't know, something about half price. I mean, admittedly, I don't know if that is the case, but I'm pretty sure that if it's in one area compared to another, the people in the dearer area are going to be pretty peed off indeed. But fortunately, that might not be the case, because listen to this, the proposals are opposed by some energy giants such as Centrica, who owns British Gas, and could suffer a major blow to income and profits. And at the same time, it is claimed that a change would reduce incentives for companies to build new wind and solar farms, and some are also opposed to the idea that power bills might be different depending on region. However, of course, it says that these concerns have been rejected by Greg Jackson, the chief executive of Octopus. But why is that? Well, he says that the economic growth needs lower energy prices for business and families. Zonal pricing could deliver huge savings for everyone across the country, I'm guessing he means, by 2028. How can he actually work that out? I mean, it doesn't seem if that's the case, can it, if one area is charged cheaper than another? Well, it says that Octopus claims that Britain's outdated one-size-fit-for-all national pricing system is helping to drive sky-high bills despite the growth of cheap renewable energy. And at present, the same wholesale price is charged whether it comes from a wind farm in Scotland or a gas plant in Midlands. This, Octopus argues, leads to colossal inefficiencies and waste, with the country having already paid £500 million this year alone to switch off turbines in one region while paying to ramp up gas plants elsewhere. And Britain's energy-intensive businesses are being battered by energy prices, said the company. But how does that affect you and little old me, eh? Well, it's nothing little about me, but our factories and data centres have 50% higher prices than the French and German factories, and 3 to 4 times higher than Norway and Sweden. But it doesn't have to be this way. And it cited new research from FTI Consultant, which suggests that zonal pricing could deliver conservative savings. And yes, that is still companies, but this apparently is where we could see savings, because it says these industries are among 370 large firms currently receiving taxpayer-funded discounts through the government's so-called British Energy Supercharger scheme. Hang on a minute. British Energy. Wasn't that some sort of company that we'd also be able to sign up for to get lower bills? £300 lower bills, if I remember rightly. I guess that's gone the same place as Labour's Security Border Force Command and never materialised. In fact, maybe who knows, this lives on in Keir Starmer's imagination. But anyway, this scheme is designed to offset policy and network costs, but the subsidy is funded by a levy on all other energy users, including households, pushing up bills, and that is hopefully where we'll see a saving. But just how much saving could that be? Well, it says the supercharger is set to cost £1.2 billion annually by 2030 and £10.7 billion across the next decade, or even more if lobbying efforts to expand it succeed. Octopus argues that switching to zonal pricing would cut £900 million off the cost of this scheme over 10 years, allowing government to support struggling industries at a far lower cost to everyone else. Either way, of course, I don't know about you, but I think this whole net zero crap is going to hit our wallets more and more and more over the years to come. I mean, let's face it, it's a myth, surely it's a fantasy, because air, kind of does this thing, what's it called here, moving around. And therefore the clean air isn't exactly going to stay here that long. Not to mention, of course, when it kind of pee off the trees a bit if you're taking away their carbon dioxide. But then again, I could be wrong. I mean, it has happened once or twice in the past. But anyway, what do you think about this? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll be back very soon for some more videos. So make sure you click the subscribe button down there so, you don't miss my next one.